I just raided Chick-fil-A, and apparently they have these new reusable cups.
Is anyone else, like, their shopping addiction is worse than it's probably ever been right now?
I was at Lululemon the other day. Didn't know this existed. They handed me a box. They said, congrats on spending $1,500 in a calendar year.
So today we're going to be taking a look at some insane overconsumption. This is pretty good timing too, because we're nearing Valentine's Day and people love to go above and beyond, primarily because of the attention their posts get online, funny enough. But we're going to be doing some de-influencing today. We have a ton of stuff to go over along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's just start off with the reusable cups.
Let's pick a cup for today. We're heading to a birthday party. So to go with theme, we're going to take lava. We're going to borrow Chroma's lid and the straw. I've got something extra today. We need a yellow boot. And for the straw topper, the red bow. And we need this little accessory.
Okay, so this clip goes on for a bit more, putting this contraption together, adding more accessories to the cup, seeing that she actually purchased more items on top of the literal wall of reusable cups. And if you heard what she said at the beginning of the video, let's pick a cup for the day. This is a daily occurrence, apparently. And we could just go right over to the comment section. The point is that the water bottle is reusable, so you don't have to buy 300 of them. Exactly. People are hating, but this is genuinely me. I don't care. I have a little hyperfixation on all kinds of cups. Until that hyperfixation fades away, you don't use them anymore, and everybody moves on to the next fad they spend money on. Consumerism is literally rotting people's brains, but they'll fight you to the death and tell you otherwise. And once you realize, it's literally so freeing because you stop wasting money. Water bottles are supposed to reduce plastic, and people buy every color and shade. We got a comment from you guys that goes well with this. The Bear Cups insanity reminds me of the Cabbage Patch Kids insanity. People physically fighting for an item. Society degrading in front of your eyes. If you don't know what they're talking about, a month and a half ago, Starbucks came out with their own version of the Stanley Cups. It was just another cup shaped like a bear, and people went absolutely wild, reselling for hundreds of dollars online. People waiting out in the cold overnight, standing in line to get one of these when Starbucks opened. And ever since that took over TikTok, I haven't heard a peep about it since.
Hey, I just want to know, do you guys think we have reached peak water bottle yet? Do you think we're there yet? I mean, am I at a Sherwin-Williams paint store? Or am I in the water bottle section?
And obviously with the amount of water bottles just sitting on shelves in that store, and this clip up on screen, a year ago these would have been gone. All the new limited edition versions of the Stanley Cup, people don't care about them nearly as much as they did before. Proving my point that it is just another fad, something to buy, post online, get some engagement, that dopamine hit as well, and you move on to the next thing. We got another comment here. There's always been overconsumption, but something feels different now with so many trends coming and going so fast. We are never satisfied. And we got a perfect example of that right here.
I just raided Chick-fil-A, and apparently they have these new reusable cups that look like Chick-fil-A cups. I wanted to do an unboxing with you guys. Now they offer like floats with like any soda that you can think of. And then they have these that they're going to switch like every couple of weeks. So let's see which one I got.
So now we got Chick-fil-A hopping on the trend that they're changing out every couple weeks. So you just have to keep buying more and more of them. And funny enough, they don't even look as nice as any of the other reusable water bottles. It's just a plain old styrofoam looking cup that you could reuse, but it doesn't matter. People are going to go wild anyway. I asked you guys in an older video, do you know someone with an overconsumption problem? My mom, who is retired, she scrolls on social media and sends me all sorts of stuff, even Temu items. She chases trends and probably has a spending problem. The next comment just says me. I was in a relationship years ago where my girlfriend was making $1,000 a week after tax, but couldn't afford her phone bill or car insurance. The only two bills she had, because of the slight dopamine high she got when she would buy something or order a $15 fast food meal for $35 on DoorDash daily. My husband's sisters, one of them was saying she wants to turn a spare bedroom into a jewelry room. My husband used to do retail therapy until he met me. I used to overconsume on craft supplies during the pandemic that would end up gathering dust. We've heard that a lot, specifically in the arts and crafts niche. My mom is the worst with this, always buying new decor and little trinkets. My little sister has so many reusable water bottles, makeup, skincare, and plushies in general. We've taken a look at all of those throughout this series. My sister and brother-in-law, I kid you not, they have a room full of hundreds of pairs of shoes. They had to expand their walk-in closet because the original original one was full. My coworker's entire cubicles of Hello Kitty and everything is pink. That is a very good transition into the next clip because this is what you see on social media all the time. This is someone who does collect those Hello Kitty items, which, like I've said in older videos, I'm not saying that you're not allowed to have hobbies or enjoy collecting items. It just seems like most of the trends go in and out of style very quickly, but I know there are people who love Star Wars or Hello Kitty or Disney. I think it's alright. I do, however, think it's kind of odd that in this clip this person's buying a massive amount of products, but they're not even displaying it. They're just in a spare room in Marshalls and TJ Maxx bags. What's the point of buying it if you can't even see most of the items you purchased? I would understand it a bit more if the entire room was just decorated in Hello Kitty and didn't just look like a hoarder's house. But we could keep going with social media. We have the clean talk, just showing a massive amount of hair clips, way more than you would ever need, along with a lot of cleaning products. Then we could get into some of the holiday stuff. Christmas just passed, so let me make videos showing a ludicrous amount of presents, just spoiling my kids, but primarily for all the engagement online. And as soon as that's over, we're preparing for Valentine's Day. Here's all the restocks of the limited edition food and consumer products that are just colored pink. Basically nothing different than the original, but you have to buy it, right? This does get pretty tiring to watch because year after year, it seems like it's never ending.
Unboxing my Valentine's Day gift to myself, okay? Because yeah, I have a man, but like I'm my own biggest fan, always, okay? I'm my own biggest lover.
So because Valentine's Day is coming up, which is primarily just turned into a consumer holiday, like basically all the rest of them, I have to go buy something from Louis Vuitton? Love this mentality, buying myself a Valentine's Day gift, although I have a man, and I've probably spent $500 shopping in the past week. We need a full designer bag collection ASAP. Well, here you go. Copy and paste all of these influencers that show up in the algorithm nonstop. Here's tens of thousands of dollars worth of designer bags. You don't think seeing this 24/7 slowly rots your brain and turns you into one of these consumers, even though most people have no business spending this kind of money? But that doesn't matter in the age of social media and credit cards and buy now, pay later loans. I'm just going to put myself in financial ruin just to walk around in designer clothes. My red flag is that once I want something, I'll have it within 5 business days. And with these sort of clips, I think this comment from you guys goes well with it. Every day I thank my past self for just never downloading TikTok. It does definitely take a toll after a while.
Does anybody else have this consumer problem? I find myself in this predicament quite often where I don't want anything but the actual brand. I don't care if the actual brand item that I'm looking at is thousands of dollars and there's another brand that's got a similar item that's like the same exact thing for 1/16 the cost. I don't want it. I want the expensive thing. It's a curse. And the crazy part too is when I get fixated on something, I'm not satisfied until I actually acquire the thing that I'm fixated on. For instance, I bought this belt from a brand called Brunello Cucinelli. It was a leather roped Western style belt. Thing was over $1,000. Did I need that belt? No. Were there other companies that had very similar belts that were 1/16 the cost? Yes. Did I buy the one from Brunello Cucinelli? Yes.
And as soon as it comes in, you get that dopamine hit. Then within a few weeks or days, it goes away and you're fixated on something else and the cycle continues. We could take a look at a couple of comments. It means luxury marketing achieved its goal on you. Exactly. They always win. Another one here, buy it nice or buy it twice. My motto these days. And I would agree with you if those designer or very expensive items in today's world were actually solid quality, but we all know that they're not.
Just realizing how bad my concept of money is. Today I was at the store and I saw Papermate pencils and it was 3 for $8 and I didn't buy them because I was like, that's freaking insane. 3 pencils for $8. Like, I don't need that. But then I was just scrolling on my For You page and I saw a $3,400 suede Prada bag and I was like, oh my God, wait, that's not that bad for like a mid-size bag. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Me considering buying a $3,000 Chanel purse on the real, but didn't want to spend $8 on a coffee. Okay, but the Prada is an investment. Think about your future. That's one of the arguments people have when they're talking about designer items. Because if you take a look at some vintage purses, they have gone up in price. However, the reason that they went up in price is because they're actually made with solid materials. Today's quality is terrible, and there are tons of examples online of the leather cracking on these purses, things falling apart immediately immediately, even though you spent thousands of dollars on them. Does not matter to some people. They are so obsessed with the designer brands that you see clips like this when you buy the cheapest thing, $60 at Hermes, because you want to own something Hermes, but it's the only thing you'll ever be able to afford. Bought my daughter an Hermes book before she was born, $60. She'll always have anything I didn't simply because I adore her. So even before the kid is born, they're going to be indoctrinated into this consumer culture. Life becomes more freeing when you let go of the obsessions with brands. 500,000 likes on that comment. Adding this to my sociology exam, thanks, I thought that was a good one. Did they roll their eyes the entire transaction? When did we reach this state of despair? This is genuinely so sad. And why are people so obsessed with designer things? It doesn't end. Marriage is scary. What if he thinks Michael Kors and Kate Spade are luxury? Oh man. I don't know about you, but I'd rather my wife have $3,000 in a $100 bag than $100 in a $3,000 bag. Me and my Aloe Fit Louis Vuitton purse headed to my first class seat. Do you know how awkward I would have been recording myself for this post? New money is so loud, trying to get the purse in the shot. Not the flex you think. Everyone wears Aloe and has Louis Vuitton. Imagine being excited to come home to children instead of this, and it's just buying more and more designer items. You guys get the gist. But very similar to what I said before, another comment from you guys, the saddest part is that the luxury brands are not made well. A complete waste of money.
Somewhere in the 2000s, companies began making product that was cheaper and of lesser quality specifically for their outlets. And every brand does it, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I remember when I found that out, I was like, what do you mean? Are you serious? Because everyone thinks they're going and they're getting a designer bag for less money. And what they're getting is a bag with the designer label on it of a lesser quality and cheaper materials.
Yeah, exactly.
Along with that story that broke, 6 months ago now? That a ton of designer brands were actually made in China and just shipped over to places like France and Italy to be put together, and then you're allowed to say that, oh, it was made in Italy or made in France, wherever, when the actual materials were coming from the same factories that the replicas are made from. And this goes into the next clip, Canal Street, just a ton of fake items. On one hand, I understand because the actual authentic products are just genuinely not made well, so why would you pay the price? But if you're so obsessed with the consumer culture and buying a massive amount of these products, it's not like the fake items are free. Yes, they're way cheaper than the authentic, but it'll still cost you a ton of money at the end of the day. This is the only reason I want to go to New York. Not me pausing the screen and shopping for myself. Support local businesses. Like I said before, it's truly never ending. But in the same way the reusable cup brands go in and out of popularity, it's the exact same thing when it comes to clothing. Another clip on screen. Things I actually bought off of Shein in 2020. Now, people went nuts on these sites, especially because of the pandemic and most people were stuck inside, along with the very cheap prices. So it was extremely easy to just add to cart and purchase whatever you wanted, even if in hindsight it was a bad mistake. And each article of clothing could cost only $5, maybe $10. However, that could add up very quickly and hurt your wallet, let alone the fact that the clothes could go out of season or legitimately fall apart because it's made of terrible materials. Another comment from you guys here, I hate polyester. It's getting harder to buy natural fabrics now.
This is my impression of a brand trying to distract us from the fact that a piece of clothing is 100% plastic and made by extremely underpaid workers. This is our ultra soft proprietary fabric. This is our luxe fabric. It is buttery soft. It is a proprietary weave. The concept was created in LA, United States, created in our minds in the United States.
Thoughtfully designed in LA. Old Navy, so comfy and so soft, and Gap's Cash Soft, aka high percentage plastic blends. But regardless of how many clips and examples I show you, there are still many people who obsess with this every day.
Is anyone else, like, their shopping addiction is worse than it's probably ever been right now? I cannot stop shopping. Like, clothes, decor, honestly anything. Outside stuff, inside stuff. I have a running list in my head of what I want and need, and then a running list also on my phone. And I don't know, maybe it's just because it's fall and like I want to make everything cozy, but it's really bad. And I went crazy at Marshall's and at Target today, and like I still have more things that I want to get.
Buying stuff to go nowhere. It's the dopamine hit. If you're going to shop a lot, best advice is buying things you'll actually use and not just things that sit around. It's a coping mechanism. I get a package a day. I'm always online looking for more. Yup, I blame TikTok. Why can't I stop? I get joy and then feel bad after. So you know that it's bad, but you keep going. That is legitimately an addiction. It's this app and social media. Without it, we wouldn't know what everyone else had.
I have this serious problem where even if I'm not actually buying anything, I'm in a constant state of thinking about the next thing to buy. It's unrelenting. I'm always looking at new arrivals on all my favorite websites and obsessing over what I need and what I'm going to buy next. At the beginning of October, I decided to do a shopping pause through the end of the year. And a week later, I went on the COS website and spent $400 on a bunch of new clothes. I'm happy to tell you that when they arrived, I didn't like any of them and I sent them all back. And since then, I have not purchased a single thing. So we're a month and a half in and I've managed to go without buying anything. And I have to tell you that this has honestly given me so much clarity and peace of mind. I have more than enough clothes in my closet to wear. I do not even go out of the house that often, so I don't even know where I think I need to wear all these clothes to. Having this break from shopping has honestly reset my mind. There's nothing that I need to buy, and honestly, there's nothing that I even really want to buy. I used to just be plagued by this constant desire to have the latest, trendiest item, and right now there is legitimately not a single thing that I want to buy. It's really kind of mind-blowing.
I'm with you. The thrill of new stuff fades so quickly. The money in the bank is a much better feeling. I just panicked that I needed an extra pair of jeans for my vacation next week, and I forced myself into the closet to try on all 7 pairs that I already had. I put 3 in the Goodwill pile, and the remaining 4 are all great. I need nothing. Buying new clothes just for a vacation is incredibly common. It's so hard. I do the same thing. No shopping for 5 months, and then suddenly shopped a load for a month. I'm at the point where I want to block all clothing sites because I can't help myself, but then I say it's Christmas shopping and the cycle begins again. I shop for the life I don't have, LOL, and the creator responds, relatable. And that's exactly why BNPL loans are so popular. Merry Klarnamus with a whole bunch of items that you couldn't actually afford, so you decided to buy them anyway with loans. And then when the bill comes at the end of the week, the end of the month, you can't pay them back, and we start seeing some clips like this.
Spent $5,000 on Klarna and now it's time for the last payment and you're saying that all the transactions are fraudulent. See, this is why buy now pay later is going to end up being obsolete because y'all playing with these people money. The victim said that all the transactions from November 28, 2025 were all fraudulent. Between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, there were countless transactions that were made. There was a Delta gift card that was purchased and later used to book a flight, a diamond tennis bracelet from Zales, perfume for $400 from Neiman Marcus, over $1,000 transaction for Old Navy, 4 transactions from Journeys and Journeys Kids. Klarna said that all the payments were on time except for the last ones where the fraud was reported. They had said that the orders were either delivered to the address on file or they were picked up in person from the store. So the victim is saying that they don't recognize any of these transactions, but Klarna had said they already have the receipts, and this is how Klarna broke it down. Klarna provided every loan agreement for each transaction that was purchased, as well as the down payment, the amount that was agreed to, as well as the changes that were made for some of the payment dates that needed to be pushed back. Klarna had said that this account has been open since 2021. Klarna had said this is also the same address, this is the same IP address, and this is the same logins that have been attempted.
I still find it amazing that so many people think that they could get away with fraud when it comes to BNPL loans or credit cards, as if there isn't a paper trail for every single thing you purchase, along with security cameras showing you buying those items when you go in store. But these companies have done their job well, make you obsessed with their brand. I mean, take a look at how much you have to spend at Lululemon for a keychain.
I was at Lululemon the other day. Didn't know this existed. They handed me a box. They said, congrats on spending $1,500 in a calendar year. I think I've spent more, but this is the highest they can go. I got this box. They said magnetic. It's a magnetic box. I said, okay, thanks. I open it to get my Pinnacle collective gift. Collective Pinnacle. It is a keychain.
And it's funny, after watching this video, I've seen people with that keychain around their purses, basically showing off to the world that yes, I spent this much money at Lululemon. I guess it's supposed to be some sort of badge of honor then? We have just a very odd society.
Is anyone else just so disillusioned by the world right now? This girl posted, like, help de-influence me from my list for the Sephora sale. I can't afford all of it. And, like, no tea to this girl. She was just, like, a random girl. But I literally was swiping through everything. I was like, this all looks like junk. Like, it was just like, you know, like some random brand of like face spray and some like random blush palette. I'm like, it's all junk. If you own any blush, you own this blush, because everything is the same manufacturers nowadays. It's all garbage. It's all overpriced. Like the entire thing, every single thing on her list, I was like, you don't need any of this. It's all garbage. Like, it's all the same over and over and over, served to you in different packaging. Like, if you have one, you have every single one. You do not need any brand. No brand is better than the other. Like, maybe 10 years ago, it was actually like there was a difference in quality. But like nowadays, every time I see any kind of like new anything come out in the beauty community, I'm like, no, they just repackaged the same manufacturer who makes every single other person's makeup brand. Like, don't even waste your money.
But now we could switch over to talking about some of these companies and brands being relatable. I mean, I see it all the time on social media. Sephora is a perfect example.
I have so much to tell you, my
Wait,
God.
you mean what happened why do you look so good to go on a walk?
One, thank you so much. Two, it's a hot girl walk. You gotta like look good, feel good. You know what I mean? Okay, also we're doing girl math today. Do you know what that means?
No.
You're gonna find out. Oh, Sephora.
I shouldn't be spending money.
No, today's girl math day. They're having a sale for 20% off, so you just multiply everything by 20 and that's how much you make.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Don't ruin my day.
Wait, I still don't get it.
Okay, just shop the Sephora sale. Like, stop asking so many questions.
Man, this is so funny because they did the girl math trend even though this was a sponsored post. Please come buy more overpriced makeup, it's 20% off. And then we got another example here with the comment sections. I mean, this has been going on for a while. I feel like Wendy's was the first one to start it on Twitter, but the clip on screen was just another viral post that was kind of funny. And then we have comments like this from Slim Jim saying chills. And then the creator responded to this comment saying collab ? That's a perfect transition into the next clip.
That company that commented under your TikTok doesn't want to collaborate with you. They're not going to send you a free PR package in the mail. They're never going to reply to you again because they have 50 billion other notifications from all the other pages they're commenting on. Walmart isn't commenting, "Get that bag, sis," to collaborate with you or send you free stuff. They're doing it to seem relatable and cool to their consumers. They're commenting on your page for free advertising, and anytime you as a creator engage with their content, you're giving them an even bigger platform to advertise on. The one singular time a company commented on my TikTok, immediately blocked, deleted, removed. Brands have been doing this relatability thing on social media for close to a decade now. I really don't understand how people are still falling for it.
Look at any of Duolingo's videos. The brands are so obsessed and aware of Duo's social media success, so the comment section is just other brands commenting on every post, trying to be relatable and funny. It's all Wendy's fault, LOL. Literally everything can be traced back to their Twitter, that's what I was saying. And another clip here, how it feels to delete a corporation's comment on my post so they don't get free advertising. At the end of the day, it's all to sell you whatever product they have. And I am glad that people are starting to realize how crazy this is. There's a ton of clips like this I've seen recently. This all used to be money with Sephora levels of products. POV, me finally doing declutter that I've been emotionally avoiding since 2022 when I realized how much body care products I bought over the past few years. Another person saying, realizing that this all used to be money. But to finish off this video, I have seen some channels that are dedicated to showing you all of these bad products that are advertised to you. They'll test them and show you that they're not really worth it, so you don't waste your money as well.
These are the worst products we tested in November after trying hundreds. These H&M sweats were really tight and barely had any stretch compared to other brands. This Dash hand mixer splattered everywhere and took the longest to mix, and these Zara linen pants were super see-through. Last, this duster from OXO was really ineffective and still left a ton of dust after using it.
If I didn't have to buy all of this crap to make the videos, I think this would be a pretty solid idea because I think it'd be a perfect way to show you that a lot of the stuff we purchase just isn't worth it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and I'll talk to you guys later.